Hello, good morning. Welcome back to Nationalism in Europe. Okay, last class we discussed about Napoleon's reforms, how it created some contributions for the nationalism in Europe. Then we discussed as a result of the expansions of the trade and commerce, aristocratic society emerged in Europe, especially Germany, Italy, France, the Western Europe, and how they try to make the nationalize the country. They followed some methods that we discussed in the last class. Okay. Yes, in this class we are going to discuss about the three ideologies. These three ideologies basically, these are much contributed for the making of nationalism. First one, liberals. Second one, conservatives. And third one, revolutionaries. These are the three school of ideology, and they followed and they settled in Europe. They tried to, they are the agencies of the nation. Their ideas based on these ideas based, they want to form the nations in Europe. First one is that liberals. Liberals were the followers of aristocratic society. The term liberals derived from the Latin word liber, that means free. Liber means liberals want to make you free. Okay. Liber, free. The liberals have their ideology, mainly they stand for freedom. They have two kinds of the ideology. First one, political ideology, and second one, economic ideology. In political ideology, they promoted the idea of universal suffrage, that means universal adult franchise. But they do not promote the universal adult franchise. They promoted only the universal suffrage, right to vote. They say that right to vote should grant only to property owned men, persons. Property owned men, not the other people. That means their universal suffrage means only property owned men. They excluded non-property men and women. അപ്പോൾ ലിബറൽസിന്റെ പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ഐഡിയോളജിയിലെ ഒന്നാമത്തെ പോയിന്റ് ആണ് യൂണിവേഴ്സൽ അഡൽട്ട് ഫ്രാഞ്ചൈസ്. ഇവർ പറയുന്നത് യൂണിവേഴ്സൽ സഫ്രേജ്, ഇവർ പറയുന്നത് റൈറ്റ് ടു വോട്ട് കൊടുക്കുക എന്നതാണ് അവരുടെ ഒന്നാമത്തെ ഐഡിയോളജി, വോട്ടവകാശം. പക്ഷെ ഇവര് പറയുന്ന വോട്ടവകാശം എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇല്ല, പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി ഉള്ള പുരുഷന്മാർക്ക് മാത്രം. Non-propertied men and women were excluded from the universal suffrage. That is the first ideology, political ideology of liberals. അപ്പോൾ ലിബറൽസിന് പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ഐഡിയോളജി, എക്കണോമിക് ഐഡിയോളജി രണ്ടാണ്. പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ഐഡിയോളജി ഒന്ന്. നമ്പർ ടു, the liberals political ideology number two, freedom for individual. Every person should provide the freedom and free of expression, freedoms of speech and expression. These are the main important. Freedom of individual, that means every person their own freedom. Don't restrict them, don't ban them. No need to the personal inequality. All should provide the freedom. The third political ideology of liberals, equality before the law. In front of the law, all are equal. On that time, European countries, the followers such as the estate system in France, the clergy nobility enjoyed so many privileges, but the lower common people are considered as inferior. They are banned from the main social scenario. So here, the liberals put forward, promoted the ideas, universal suffrage, freedom of individual, equality before the law. These are the three political ideologies of liberals. Next one, economic ideology. In the economic sphere also, the liberals followed the ideology. First one, freedom of markets. Economic field, liberals follow the ideology, freedom of markets. Maximum they supported. And no need, government no need to restrict on markets. The people can sell and buy anything from any side of the market. Market should be a free center. The government and the monarchy should not interfere the market. That is the first economic policy. The second economic policy is that the state imposed so many restrictions on the movement of goods and capital, but should be abolished. No, the state no need to restrict on movement of goods and capital. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് രണ്ടുമാണ് അവരുടെ എക്കണോമിക് ഐഡിയോളജി. ഒന്നാമത് മാർക്കറ്റിനുള്ള സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം, ജനങ്ങളുടെ മേൽ ഒരിക്കലും മാർക്കറ്റ്, കാരണം ഇവർ പൊതുവെ ഫ്രീഡത്തിന്റെ ആളുകളാണ്. ലിബറൽസ് മെയിൻലി സ്റ്റാൻഡ് ഫോർ ഫ്രീഡം, ലിബർ. അപ്പോൾ മൂവ്മെന്റ് ഓഫ് ഗുഡ്സ് ആൻഡ് എക്കോണമിയിൽ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഒരിക്കലും കൈക്കടക്കരുത്. അപ്പൊ ഇതാണ് യൂറോപ്പിൽ വളർന്നു വന്ന പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു വിഭാഗം, ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പാണ് ലിബറൽസ്. ഓക്കെ, their idea. So these are the liberals ideology. They mainly concentrate in Europe. Okay, their ideology is much contributed. The next group is that conservatives. Conservatives stand for the preservation of traditional state, society, church, monarchy, social hierarchy, family, property. അതിൽ എടുത്തു പറയേണ്ട ഒരു വിഭാഗമാണ്, രണ്ടാമത്തെ വിഭാഗമാണ് കൺസർവേറ്റീവ്. അവർ പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? സ്റ്റേറ്റ്, സൊസൈറ്റി, മൊണാർക്കി, ചർച്ച് ഇതൊക്കെ തിരിച്ചു കൊടുക്കും. റീസ്റ്റോർ ദ സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ആൻഡ് സൊസൈറ്റി, എസ്പെഷ്യലി ചർച്ച്, hierarchy, family, property, modernized. So these are their main important. Conservatives more like to restore the monarchy. They want to restore the monarchy. But the liberals try to remove the monarchy or limitize the monarchy. Okay. Second one is that they say that modernization should conclude by through the monarchy. രാജഭരണം കൊണ്ടുവന്നാൽ മാത്രമേ മോഡേണൈസേഷൻ നടക്കൂ. ഇതാണ് ഇവരുടെ ഐഡിയോളജി. They demanded that effective army, bureaucracy, dynamic economy, abolition of feudalism and serfdom. ഇവർ മുന്നോട്ട് വെക്കുന്ന ഐഡിയോളജിയാണ് എഫക്റ്റീവ് ആർമി, നല്ലൊരു ആർമി, ബ്യൂറോക്രസി, ഡൈനാമിക് എക്കോണമി ഈസ് ഓൾവേസ് ചേഞ്ചിങ് economy, abolition of feudalism and serfdom. These are their third ideology, conservative demand. And so what are the conservatives? Conservatives want to restore the traditional state and society, that means monarchy. What actually French Napoleon implemented, what actually Napoleon removed, what actually French Revolution replaced, that system they want to restore. French Revolution Napoleon stop ചെയ്ത കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ വീണ്ടും യൂറോപ്പൊക്കെ തിരിച്ചു കൊണ്ടുവരിക. അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ പിന്നെ കൺസർവേറ്റീവ്സിന്റെ ഐഡിയോളജി. അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് അവർ റീസ്റ്റോർ ദ മൊണാർക്കി, മൊണാർക്കി തിരിച്ചു കൊണ്ടുവരിക, രാജഭരണം തിരിച്ചു കൊണ്ടുവരിക, മോഡേണൈസേഷൻ ബൈ ത്രൂ ദി മൊണാർക്കി, എഫക്റ്റീവ് ആർമി, ബ്യൂറോക്രസി, ഡൈനാമിക് എക്കോണമി, അബോളിഷൻ ഓഫ് ഫ്യൂഡലിസം ആൻഡ് സെർഫ്ഡom. Their main attempt of the restoring of the monarchy is that the Vienna Congress. Vienna Congress is the main important their attempt. By through this attempt, and they restore the monarchy at first in France, then after one by one in almost all European countries. So the Vienna Congress is that took place in Vienna with the gathering of Germany, Britain, Austria, so many the delegates of the European countries, especially that took place in Vienna. Vienna is in Austria. Okay, Vienna Congress is the gathering of the delegates of different European countries, and after the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte in the Battle of Waterloo, their main objective is that to restore the monarchy in Europe. At first, Louis XVIII they called back to France, then after going on. The third ideology is revolutionary. Revolutionary's main objective is that to conduct a revolution, to end the monarchy. They are strongly criticize the monarchy. They want to stop the democracy, stop the monarchy and restore the other forms of the government. Such a kind of a revolutionary person is Giuseppe Mazzini from Italy. He formed a secret society called Carbonari. Carbonari is the secret society of Giuseppe Mazzini, and he want to form a secret revolutionary society to end the monarchy in Italy. Okay, so please point out first one, liberals. They put forward the freedom for the in the side of political sphere, the side of economic sphere. Second one, conservatives. Conservatives believed in the restore of the traditional state and society. They mainly want to restore the monarchy. And in 1815, the European countries, they gathered at Vienna. This conference we called Vienna Congress. Vienna Congress mainly objected to restore the monarchy at first in France. Then after bring back all the traditional state and society system to almost all the European countries. Third ideology, revolutionary. Revolutionary mainly objected to end the monarchy, replace the monarchy by establishing the revolutionary government. Such kind of a revolutionary person, Giuseppe Mazzini in Italy, he founded a secret revolutionary society called Carbonari. And it mainly objected to end the monarchy in Italy. Okay. And among the one point is Zollverein. Zollverein is the point. Zollverein is the organizing system of Germany. Especially Prussia is one country under Germany on that time. Okay. Prussia is a country. Prussia is a Prussia want to unite all the different provisions of the Germany. This organization we called Zollverein. You point out this pointers. Okay. About these points, okay, thank you.